And joining us now from Chicago is Texas State Representative Venton Jones. He's a Democrat whose district is in the heart of Dallas, one of the deep blue areas that would be sliced up under this new congressional map. So a perfect guest to have. I'm just wondering what your take is right now at this point, because as we've been reporting, Governor Greg Abbott is now using arrest warrants to try to compel you and your fellow Texas Democrats to get back to the state. So are you concerned about the possibility of being arrested? How are you feeling right now?
Well, Laura, thank you so much for having me. And I, like the rest of our nation, is just witnessing, this play out. And when I say this play out, I mean, the power grab that we're clearly seeing from the White House that is not just independently related to the state of Texas. It's, as you have shown, a coordinated strategy to take and maintain power on the backs of Black and brown communities and Black and brown congressional districts in the state of Texas that have been put forward. And so I'm concerned the most about what that does to our nation. When it comes to me, I am on the side of right. I do not fear arrest. And I sleep well knowing that I'm doing the job that I was sent here to do by the constituents that sent me here to do it.
Well, I'm also curious about Abbott's threatening to remove Democrats from office if you don't come back. I mean, does that threat have real teeth? Are you at all concerned about that as well?
Well, based on the stipulations that were put forward that we are forfeiting our job responsibilities, that's simply not true. I've been working all morning talking with constituents who are very pleased to see that Texas Democrats have stood up to the bullying from not only the governor, but the president. And that's what I will continue to do. But myself nor my colleagues have not forfeited their duties, and we will continue to work.
Yeah, and Texas Democrats, we've been following along here, tried to deny Republicans a quorum in efforts to block legislation on voting rights and abortion in recent years. But Republicans went on to pass many of those laws. So when we take a look at that, how will Texas Democrats define success this time around? How do you see it?
I think the most important job right now that we are doing is sounding the alarm that something is going on and it is very bad. We have spent our time since the ending of the regular session talking to leaders specifically in the last couple of weeks. We've been here in Illinois, we've been in New York, New Mexico, and other states, just sounding the alarm, because this is not something that's just going to impact Texas. This is going to impact our entire nation and our democracy.
Yeah, I'm just curious, too, what you think about the new map that Republicans are pushing in Texas that would give them those 5 more seats. Because, yeah, let's put it up and take a look at it together with the red and the blue. How far would you like to see Democrats go in other states if Republicans pass that map? And when you look at that map, do you see that coming true?
Well, I mean, anything is possible under this administration. As we are seeing, it is a lawless administration, and unfortunately, Texas Republicans are following under that lawlessness. But to your question and to your point, these districts and these new maps are horrible, specifically for people of color and people who have desperately needed representation and have received representation for that seat. And we should be putting more seats representing people of color because of the census growth. But these maps do not represent population growth. They just represent a power grab. And what you will also see is how these districts impact is that they, destroy rural and, urban representation by stretching, these, districts out across the state. And that's definitely going to diminish the representation that we need in this country.
We're also taking a look at what's happening here in New York. Our governor, Kathy Hochul, says that the gloves are off. That's a quote, and is vowing to counter Texas Republicans in New York. Let's take a listen together.
Okay.
If Republicans are willing to rewrite these rules to give themselves an advantage, then they're leaving us no choice. We must do the same. There's a phrase, you have to fight fire with fire. I'm exploring with our leaders every option to redraw our state congressional lines as soon as possible.
I'm curious what you think about that, and wondering if you're concerned about, more red states firing back with these redistricting efforts of their own. How far do you think this is going to go?
Well, I think that you're already seeing the damage of why we shouldn't have done this to begin with. This is opening Pandora's box. We should not even be having this conversation about this premature redistricting because we see what is happening and what is going on. This is just another demonstration of what this federal administration is doing to unravel the threads of democracy right before our faces.
All right. Well, I'm glad to get your perspective. Texas State Representative Venton Jones, if you've got news to break, come back and tell us, okay?
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.